Today's just the beginning of a dialogue series that will consist of 6 dialogues. We want to build networks across diverse parts of our society, across sector, across a range of divides. We want to provoke people to think more deeply about where we're going and what the opportunities are for them to lead. And we want to put a set of questions into the public domain through the Mail and Guardian and through the GIBS network to provoke further discussion around where we're going. So the day works like this. It's a very intense journey of 6 hours. First part in Newtown, in which we've taken on an exploration and provocation through what Newtown represents, to encourage each participant to think really deeply and push them forward so that they're in a different place to when they arrived.
It definitely has to be the race that everybody took part in, where we all lined up, and then we were asked a set of questions, and depending on your answers you either moved forwards or backwards, and that really got to me today, because I think it was the most graphic illustration of disadvantages or odds that people have to overcome to compete on the same level as everybody else. And that really was, I think, for me the biggest thing today. It really was like a whoa moment completely.
Did you have access to a computer growing up? If yes, take 2 steps forward. If not, take 2 steps back.
It was very emotional at the same time. It was very awakening because it made me realize how far some of my friends and my peers were, and how some of the people were far ahead from us. So it showed me the gap that's existing between our society.
Am I gonna die still here? Like it's all about asking yourself, like how in a way am I going to get the right tools for me to get there, or is it going to be a struggle for me busy being here? Because if you can see how far I am behind, like, yeah, it's...
So mapping it out like that with questions that cut to the heart of the economy and about what shapes us, and in an economy in its broadest sense, I think is a very important stimulant for further debate.
I thought it was a very creative way of looking for questions to problems that we often see, or questions we want to ask but we don't get the opportunity to ask. So by using our own country, our own environment, the space that we are in, to generate questions. So it was a very creative way of doing it.
And then we get into the heart of the discussion, which is for each participant to put on the table the questions that really matter to them, and for us to collectively debate and decide which of those questions we think are so good that we should put them forward into a public platform.
These questions have just opened my eyes to realize that everyone needs to ask a personal question to themselves: who they are, where are they going, where are they from, what can they do to better their nation.
It's interesting to get me to that level, to ask questions. Now it's my opportunity to go to my community and ask them those questions that we were asking today, and ask them, why aren't you not asking these questions? Why are we living like this? Why aren't you not asking the questions that need to be asked, you know, so that we can move forward as a country? Because it can come from us. Why not, you know?
And I think that's what the big critical difference between this forum and any of the others we've had, we've done in the past is that I think we want to leave with some soul-searching questions that ask for us to do something. Plus that, and it's a great outing.